Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today, well, I'm at home in my kitchen. I've decided to change locations because I think it's nice to have a change every so often. Well, and today I've got a smell of haggis. Yep, we're in Scotland. And we're going to be doing a Scottish shortbread. This is a very, very nice recipe. I actually found it again in my book from 1947. There's about 10 different variations on the Scottish recipe, but I picked out the number one, which I actually use on a regular basis. The only difference is when I normally use it, I actually use egg in it. But in this particular recipe, we're not going to be using egg. Please subscribe and please share. And now we'll get right on with the video. And for the recipe, you want 622 grams of plain white flour, 454 grams of butter. Best to use the salted butter. That's the best thing for shortbread. Also, we've got 226 grams of caster sugar. Now, if you want a bit of a more bite to your shortbread, use granulated sugar. There's something about it, it just makes that like crispiness. But this one's going to be a bit of a more soft type version of shortbread. And also, guys, you want a 40 centimetre by 29 centimetre tray. And some paper to suit. This is baking parchment, or you can use silicone paper, or whatever paper you can get hold of. Now, for this recipe, guys, it's going to make 20 slices. So there's going to be plenty for the family. Right, guys, first thing, you want your mixer, or you can do this by hand, but this particular recipe, we're going to be creaming our butter and sugar up. And best idea is one of these things. They're not a beater, but they're a type of beater, which is actually for creaming. I just happened to find this in the box the other day when I was doing a review on this machine, and it just suddenly turned up and thought, what on earth's that all about? And I had to look it on the internet to see what it was. Anyway, I found out it was a creamer, so I've tried it, it does work. So first thing, guys, we'll put our butter into the machine bowl. You can make this with margarine if you like, if you're allergic to butter. Because some people are, so you know we can't put them down for that. And also the flour, if you're gluten-free, you can also make this with gluten-free flour. So we don't want to let you guys down either. So that's the butter in, and now we'll put our sugar in. Chuck that in a sink. And now we'll get this mixing. And you want to be mixing this on first speed just to get the butter mixed in first. And when you're using the butter, make sure it's room temperature. And if it's a little bit hard, pop it into a microwave. Right, now we'll knock it up onto second speed. We want to mix this up until it's nice and light. And when it's light, it'll be white. Or thereabouts, because it's butter. Now the creaming's almost ready, guys. Pop your oven on, and your temperature wants to be 160 to 170 Celsius. Right, it looks as though it's almost ready, guys. There you go, nice and light and white. And what we're going to do now, guys, is pop the flour into the machine bowl. And what I have done is popped in a good pinch of salt. And always sieve your flour and ingredients. I've already done that. Now remember, when you're starting this off now, just knock it onto very slow. And if you've got it on your machine, one that actually just gently turns, then use that first, like this one has. And it just turns it round, so it just folds it in. It's a fold gear. And again, you don't really have to do anything to it. You just let it fold. That's it. Another one. This stops your kitchen getting blasted with flour. Another one, and it should be all right. We'll then knock it onto first speed. That looks like it's all right then. So we'll knock that onto first speed. And when you're using one of these creamers, you don't have to scrape it down. But on occasions, you may have to. So if you're using a straightforward beater, then you'll need one of these. And that's it, guys. We're all mixed. Right, this is the bit where you need your tray. So you've got your nice bit of dough there. And what we do is get yourself a bit of flour. And that just makes it easier for you to get it out. Like that. So what we're going to do is flour your tray. And that's that. Right guys, now all we're going to do is roll it out to the edge of the tray. You can just push it out with your hands. Let's put a cloth under there. If your tray's like mine, bent, put a cloth under it. It stops it from moving about. And just push it out to the edges. Bit of flour on the top. And now all we're going to do is roll it out. What's a good idea, guys, if you've got a rolling pin, a long one, you can saw it off and make a smaller version. Now guys, you want 20 out of this. So first and foremost, because your tray isn't really square, you've always got bits that, now when you're at home, you'll probably leave them on. But in the bakery, we like them square and sort of finished to sort of almost perfection. So what we're going to do is, we're going to basically mark this up. Now, like you guys, I'm at home. I don't have the set of wheels that you've probably seen in one of my other videos. But what I have got is a pizza cutter and a fork for docker. So what we're going to do is, on the edge, all we're going to go down is square it all up. Down that one edge and also down this other edge. Now a rule of thumb is, if you want 20, it's 5 by 4. So what you want to do is find the center, which it's a rough guide, guys. So I've roughly got a guide there, that's the center. There you go, there's another one. And obviously the center of that. And the same thing is you go straight across. It's only rough. And then take your roller right to the paper. All right. Now what we're going to do then is turn it around. And again, what we want to do then, the edge one, because that's going to be fairly square because it's right on the edge. Now we want 5 across, so this is going to be a bit of a guesstimate. Now, so almost, if you say it's going to be an inch wide, you don't have to measure it. Well, you can if you want. It's up to you. But I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. So the first one is round about an inch. So I'm going to take that line straight down there. Like that. Now, I know that's 1. You can make as many as you like, guys, but I always do 20. So now the middle of the big piece, down, and then again the middle of that one. Okay, they might be a bit of odd size, but we won't worry about that. Because you're at home. And the thing is, you're not buying these from me. But if I was in your shop and they ain't even, and I've got one that's slightly smaller, I can assure you, when I come into your shop, I'll say, I have that big one over there. Because they always do. And then all we're going to do is dot the center of each one. Got a few little tubby ones here. Right. And that's it, guys. And all we're going to do now is pop it in the oven. So the oven temperature again is 160 Celsius to 170 Celsius. And we're going to be baking these for around about 20 to 25 minutes. Now, the way you can tell if they're ready or not is they'll start going brown on the outside of the edges. But don't worry if it's brown all over. You're at home. And actually, I quite like them if they're golden brown myself, because I do like things a bit crusty, but that's not everybody's choice. And now, guys, we'll get them right into the oven. The shortbread's ready. Scrummy. Right, now we've got them out. What we want to do now, guys, is get yourself a knife. And all we're going to do is those lines you've marked up, we're going to go down each of them. Make sure you keep your glove on and hold the tray. And now we've done that, guys, what we want to do is get yourself some caster sugar. And basically speaking, we're going to dredge the top. It's as simple as that, guys. Now all we want to do, guys, now is let this cool down. Then we can take them out of the tray and pop them onto the wire anyway. But leaving them on a wire, it just gets that air under them to cool down. I reckon they're going to cool down in around about, what, half hour or so. Well, there you go, guys. It's now chilled down. Once again, if you get your knife, you can run through them again. and you just hook them out. And there we go, guys. Beautiful. Best taste it. Mmm. Oh, it's lovely. What's nice, it's just nice and buttery, and it's just nice and soft. The thing is, it's much better making your own than buying it from the shop. I know it's easy to buy it out of packet, but this is just lemon lovely. Well, there you go, guys. Don't forget your recipe is below the video in the description. Also, down below there may be other items in the description that may interest you. Also, on my YouTube channel, you will find playlists. Some are non-baking related, and there is a lot of baking related videos. So there are video recipes. And also, if you're interested, over on my Facebook page, I've got photographs, and under those photographs are recipes again. So there we go, guys. Please subscribe and please share, and we'll see you again very shortly in my home bakery. Laters!